Alright guys, so I've had a lot of questions, a lot of like messages on, you know, what flare am I going to go with? How does it look? How did it come out with the extended side skirts? And so this video is strictly on test fitting both Fender flares. The Clinched Fender flare and the Rocket Bunny FRS wide body kit. And so I'm going to show you how it looks with your stock TC2 side skirt, and I'm also going to show you how it looks with your extended TC2 side skirt, which I've done. And so that way you can decide if you want to make this build, if you want to go through with doing any kind of Fender flares, how it would look and which route you'd want to go. And so that's what this video is going to be solely on. I'm still sticking to my extended side skirt, and so I've kind of like decided to go with the Rocket Bunny and do a bunch of customization to it and make it fit and look very cool. But you know, that's not for everybody. The Clinched Fender flare is a very cool flare. It goes with the body lines really nice, and so that one was also going to look very cool if you decide to go that route. And so I'm going to show you the two I guess test fitted on, and so that way it helps you decide which route you want to go when it's time to do your wide body kit. So here's the box of goodies. I have both sets of Fender flares in here, and this is very exciting. It's very cool. I know a lot of y'all would like to have these sets and test fit and see how it look, but that's why you're watching this video, so that way you can see how it looks without having to spend the money to just have it sitting here. So the first ones we're going to try on are the Clinched Fender flares. So you got your slider, which is the rear, and then you got your glider. Both of these are the 7 centimeters, which offer about 2.7 inches. The rears, you can get the 12 centimeter, but that's going to offer you about 4.5 inches. 4.5 or 4.7 if I can recall. And so that's going to be a really wide fit. So it's entirely up to you. I think the 12 would look really cool, but you're going to have to get a really wide rear wheel. So what I'm going to do is I'm just taping these on and showing you how they look on the car with and without the extended side skirt. Okay, so let's get this done. Okay, so I have the Clinched Fender flares on. Now you got to remember, they're just taped on. They still need to be heated and molded so that way they fit perfectly to the body lines. You can always adjust them according to your preferences, of course. And just to let you know, this isn't easy stuff, you know. In fact, I've got to drive that bad boy right there as my daily driver while I hack up this one and make it look cool and video for you guys. So unfortunately, I get to drive something that's not as cool to me. I could be driving this. So this is the way it looks from the front. Definitely gives it a wider stance. And of course, I still need the spacers on, but I can't put them on right now because I haven't cut up the fenders. So you still have to just use your imagination and how the wheels would be pushed out. And so here it is on the side without the extended side skirt. So if it was me, I would take this portion here and actually start down here, but I'd cut along this line so that way it sticks. Unless you have a lip, which I have one, I just haven't put it on. If you had the lip, this actual bottom piece here will go real nice. Let's see. It'll go really cool onto the lip. And of course, you can bring that front this way if you'd like and just have it directly on the top. But since I was going for like an actual Rocket Bunny style, I like to put the front all the way to the, you know, as far down as I can and have the back pushed back a little bit. And so that way it kind of gives it that real cool appearance from the front and kind of like flared out and cut in the back. And then there's the slider for the rear. Like I said, you could go wider, but you're gonna have to push out that wheel wider. And then of course, this, if it was up to me, I would heat this plastic with your either industrial blow dryer or your standard household blow dryer, so that way you can actually push in and get with this body line here. It's actually possible. I've seen a lot of people already do it. You know, even Clinched website shows how you can go and heat up the plastic, since it is ABS plastic, and push and mold to here. So it fits real well. Very neat. It actually comes right below the gas tank, so you don't even have to do any trimming on that. It doesn't have any brackets, and of course it doesn't come with your actual rivets, which you have to buy on your own. Some people use your standard, you know, rivet, or you can special order the Allen wrench rivets. So that's the way it looks from the rear. Like I said, that front one you can always readjust. I just did it like that because it matches with the rear. So this is what it looks like from the rear without the wheels pushed out. Of course, it's going to be a way cooler appearance if you had the wheels pushed out. So imagination, guys, got to use the imagination. So this is the way it looks like on the side with the extended side skirt. Same concept. I have it set up the exact same way, except now it just has to come a little lower. And so by coming a little lower, of course, I would have to heat mold a whole bunch more. So I'd have to heat mold to push here into this bend. I'd have to heat mold to push here, and then maybe cut out to fit around this extension that I put on here. Unless you chose a different extended skirt, I mean, it all just depends on your preferences. But that's the way it looks like there on the rear, and then onto the front. So there you go. So entirely up to you on if you like this setup. And just like I said, imagine that the wheels are pushed out. You could use depending on your stock wheel size. Mine's an actual 18 by 9.5 in the front, 18 by 10.5 in the rear. Both of them have a plus 35 offset, so it puts me right at the fender on a stock TC2. So I went ahead and chose the 70 millimeter extension, which is 2.5 inches out. And since, you know, Clinched had mentioned that this was a 2.7 inches, that's why I went 2.5, just to make sure it fit flush. I feel like you could also go with a 50 millimeter spacer if you want to make sure and guarantee that your wheels just sit real nice in there, not extremely to the wall of the fender flare. So, all right, so next is the Rocket Bunny kit. Let's see how that one looks. Such a windy day. It's just for you guys. Okay, so it's going to fit very cool. I think this is the one it's a winner for me. It's taped on, so don't overjudge. So this is the trimming I'm going to do. So on the front, of course I'm going to have to cut here, and of course this is too long. I don't need all that extra, so of course I'm going to cut it right there, so that way my door opens, it looks cleaner. It's going to look like it's meant for the car. As I come to the front, I'm going to edit it also, or trim it to where it's going to fit the body of the car. What I'm going to do is follow this line so it keeps this nice curvature. I'm not big on this dip. Some people love it. I don't like it. I don't have anything here to like justify for it. So to make it look like it belongs to the TC2 is I'm going to cut it, I'm going to trim to keep a nice round edge going, and then follow straight down. And what's nice is this actually starts right where my side skirt starts. And so to keep that round theme, this is all thought. So what I'm thinking is coming through straight and curved down, and so that way it actually kind of keeps this round effect going, which will make it look, I think, pretty cool. And so as I'm coming down, I don't think I care for all this front section here. So what I want to do is maybe kind of cut this cap to where it's kind of got still a point of some sort, but to where it looks like it just flows with the body. I'm going to draw a couple of renderings on it. Since it is ABS plastic, since I am going to cover it up, I'll just be able to either erase or wash off pencil. So this is the one I'm going with. I like the way the front looks. And let's go talk about the rear. So this side is your standard TC2 stock side skirt. The other side, of course, I'll have the aftermarket extended one. So this one's cool because it starts right at the side skirt line. So only a rivet is going to go down and actually push this forward to get rid of a little gap. Not a big deal. I think I'm going to still keep the actual angling on this and here as well. And of course I'll have to cut out around the gas tank, which isn't a big deal. Now the only reason why it sits off the body there is because there is a tab right here which is supposed to technically go in the body line between the bumper and the body to sit more secure, but I'm okay with trimming that so that way it sits flush to the body. So it actually fits really good. It comes along the front here and it still keeps the actual fender line, which keeps a quality look, I think. That's just my preference. And of course the cap is going to stay the same, and I'm going to actually mold it on when I overlay carbon fiber over it. And another neat thing is I have my stock body line here, and that body line comes and rounds off like so. And what's very neat about this kit is that with the FRS it kind of has the same body line, it's just of course more rounded up. So what's cool about this kit is it actually comes and keeps that same angle along with the actual stock body line. So it actually will look like it belongs to it, I feel. I mean, everyone's thinking different. It might be a little different. I'm of course going to clean up and square off the edges a little more so it looks like it goes along with the TC kit, or TC body, I'm sorry. So, and here it is on the extended side skirt side. Now you see, this is exactly why I chose this route. You see how the side skirt, it stops right before so it doesn't affect my new aftermarket side skirt, and that's what I was really hoping for. The clinched ones have to come all the way down, and I kind of feel like it takes away the fact that I chose this specific extended skirt, and it'll take away that one cool like line along the side right there. And of course my gas tank isn't on this side, which I'm sure all of you all are aware of since you're TC owners, and that's okay because I already know how I'm going to get it covered up. I'm going to actually patch that up, and since I'm laying carbon fiber over the fender flare, you won't even know that that's there. So, and again, you see how it just follows this body line, it keeps along with it, and then it comes down along with it. And that's what really excites me. That's what makes me content to have this kit. And of course, same thing here. This actual front, I don't have to do any trimming here because it's going to still go over my stock side skirt and meet up pretty much with my aftermarket side skirt. So I'm excited that that's going to work out and going to look clean. And of course I still have to cut fender to make it fit so when my wheels come out. And then of course to trim up the cap here to go along with the headlight and to also look like it has a flow. So it's not just let me make a cut here and then bolt on. I like perfection. I want it to like have justification on why I chose it. And so that's the Rocket Bunny kit. Of course, you know, everyone has their preferences, everyone feels different, But I respect everyone's choices. You know, you let me know how you feel, what you think. Okay guys, well, I hope this video helps you out, you know, helps you decide what fender flares you'd like to pick and go with. You know, of course, the Clinched fender flares I feel are easier to mold and fix to your car because it is a universal fit and it is designed to flow a little smoother. Definitely doesn't require anywhere near as much cutting and trimming as the actual Rocket Bunny FRS kit, but that's okay. Everyone has their preference, everyone's choosing whatever route they want to go to. And let me know. Tell me what you think looks better to you. Leave a comment below or contact me on my Instagram. And if you'd like to continue watching the build, you know, hit subscribe. You know, hit like if you like what you saw. And if you don't like what you saw, you know, hit subscribe anyways. See how I'm going to put it out. See how it's going to turn out. See how it'll look, whether it's cool or not. You know, let's see how it's going to be. And I want to thank you guys for watching, you know, and following. I'm pretty excited. I'm ready to start cutting. So hopefully this weekend I'll start doing the cutting. And I'll definitely keep you all posted on my Facebook and Instagram. And so let's make this happen.